I hate washing the dishes. There are things that can slightly ruin my morning, like a dirty kitchen. So, almost immediately after waking up, I'm washing the dishes and cleaning the surfaces. I could have put it off till later, but I'm doing this now to feel calm and pleasant while preparing breakfast. Cause the mess of my kitchen automatically becomes the mess in my head. Yeah, that's the start of my Sunday. Besides the kitchen, I have other things to do. About twice a week in the morning, I water my plants. Quite recently, I bought a few different plants and I'm simply thrilled by how much they can change the interior of a room. By the way, I would be really happy if you could suggest some nice but not too demanding plants that I could purchase. Well, the big morning business is over and now I'm cooking this masterpiece. Finally, I sat down to have breakfast. As usual, watching YouTube, I stumbled upon a silly but funny video about Counter-Strike in my recommendations, and I couldn't ignore it. After doing my regular chores, I've got some time for my personal projects. Yes, though it's the weekend, I'm back at my computer, coding. You might remember from previous vlogs, I've been building my own iOS application using React Native. But a few days ago, I got stuck trying to implement a feature that was quite complex. Despite searching the web for 2 whole days, I didn't find a solution. It became clear that my skills in React Native needed a refresher. It's been almost 2 years since I last developed an app using it, and I'm sure there are new approaches and tools by now. That's why I decided to dive into a comprehensive course on this technology. When I start a new course, I usually skip the first 5 or 10 videos cause they often cover the basics, installation procedures and so on. I skipped this stage, so I moved quickly to the more advanced material. Some sections I watched at a faster speed, knowing they might contain useful snippets of information. Finally, I got to the practical part. The main task was to create a simple app incorporating all the key components typical of most apps. In this case, it was an online food ordering app. Nothing exciting, but the goal here is to learn new stuff and improve skills. After 2 hours of going through the topics which were mostly familiar to me, I was starting to lose a bit of interest. But then, in the last 30 minutes, I discovered a new concept in React Native: styled components. This is a great way to handle styles for components. I remember how 2 years ago I suffered because of the standard way of writing styles. Now I found a more neat and convenient option that I will definitely use in my project. So the first lesson wasn't in vain at all. It was worth the time and effort. After my learning session, I decided to take a breather and head out for a walk. There is an awesome forest that goes along the river. It's super peaceful and just a nice place to walk, bike, or even just sit by the water and watch the boats go by. I really enjoy this kind of stuff. It helps me switch off my brain and just chill. My eyesight isn't great, but being out in nature always seems to make it better. Maybe because I'm looking far away instead of staring at a screen. Just a reminder that outdoor activity is a really important thing. And you know what's cool? Often, during these quiet moments, ideas for my projects or work just pop into my head. I always try to write them down right away so I can explore them more back at home. After my walk, I found the energy to finally do what I'd been looking forward to: upgrading my keyboard. Long story short, I wasn't quite happy with the sound of my custom keyboard, so I decided to make it sound better. First, let's hear how the keyboard sounded before. Great. Actually, it's not great, but okay. Step 1 is tape modding. Tape modding is a process where you stick special tape to the PCB. This softens the keystrokes and absorbs the echo from pressing the keys, reducing the noise. People on the internet suggest applying anywhere between 1 to 5 layers of tape. I chose 3 since that's right in the middle. It wasn't too easy, but I managed to get all 3 layers on. Looks pretty weird, really. I hope the keyboard will still power on after that. Next and last modding process for today, lubing the switches. I ordered some lube online. Based on the reviews and descriptions, it's a pretty standard choice for lubing, so I didn't think too long about it. For my type of switches, almost all parts of the switch needed to be lubed, except the top part. Well, the whole process took me almost 4 hours with breaks, so I finished around midnight. Finally, I reassembled the keyboard and was able to test it out. Honestly, I didn't expect the difference to be so noticeable. The keys are super soft to press, the sound is quiet and pleasant. Half an hour before finishing, I started to think that this was all a waste and I had just thrown away time, but now I'm really satisfied with the result. Alright, it's already midnight and I've got another full day of work waiting tomorrow, so it's time for me to head to bed. I wanna say thank you guys for watching this video, I do really appreciate it. See you next time.